Welcome. My name is Peter Strong and I'm a professional online therapist. I offer therapy via Skype as an alternative to conventional office sessions. The reason I do this is because many of my clients have very busy lives, and they sometimes travel abroad or are living abroad and would like to continue their sessions at a time that suits them. And this convenience factor is one of the main advantages of Skype therapy. The other real advantage of Skype therapy is that it's much more comfortable for you, the client, much less intimidating. It's less clinical in nature. And in fact, the whole approach of mindfulness therapy, which is what I offer online, is one of empowering you. It's one of teaching you how to work with your emotions in a positive and constructive way, using the very practical and effective methods of mindfulness therapy. Really, what we're most concerned with doing is helping you change your relationship to your emotions. Most of us live in fear of our emotional suffering, of our anxiety, our panic attacks, our depression, or our compulsions, if it's an addiction you're dealing with. We try to avoid them, or we react with tremendous aversion, self-criticism and self-loathing. Avoidance and aversion are your worst enemies. They simply fuel the underlying process of emotional suffering and prevent change. It is possible to change anxiety and depression or addiction, but you must first develop a conscious and friendly relationship with your emotions. And this is perhaps one of the hallmarks of mindfulness therapy. When you have the right relationship with your emotions, then they begin to change. You effectively create the right internal psychological conditions that allow them to change. So this is what we call establishing a right relationship with emotions, and this is a very, very important foundation in mindfulness therapy. The other thing that we explore during our online therapy sessions is to investigate the actual structure of your emotions, how they actually work. This is quite different than conventional talk therapy. We're not talking about emotions, we are actually exploring them to find out how they work. And this is where we come into the area of what is called emotional imagery, because it's the way you see your emotions and thoughts in the mind that determines how intense they are and how powerful or overwhelming those emotions are. It's how you see them, how you picture those thoughts and emotions in the mind. And of course, for most of us, we're not aware of this, but mindfulness is all about generating awareness and consciousness and investigating the actual structure of your emotions. Now, the general rule here is the more you look, the more you see. The more you explore the image structure of your emotions, the more detail you will discover. This starts to give you choice, because you can change that imagery. And as you change the emotional imagery, the emotion itself begins to change. So that's a second theme that we develop during online Skype therapy sessions. We look at the structure of your emotions, we look at the imagery, and we start to explore making changes in that imagery that lead to a reduction in anxiety or depression or compulsion. So if you're interested in learning more about mindfulness therapy and about Skype therapy sessions, do please contact me through my website. There are 3 steps. The first is to contact me and tell me about yourself and the emotional problems that you're struggling with. The second step is to schedule a trial Skype therapy session. Now, a trial session means that you don't have to pay anything up front. You only make your payment through PayPal for the session if you're completely satisfied and that you would like to continue mindfulness therapy with me. The third step after the first trial session is to monitor your progress, because mindfulness therapy, as I said before, is quite different than conventional talk therapy. It's much faster, and I expect all my clients to see significant improvements after about 3 to 4 sessions. You will know very clearly after the first couple of sessions if this is going to be effective for you, and that's important. You should expect results, and I intend to help you get those results, to see real significant reduction in the level of your anxiety, real significant reduction in the level of your depression, and real freedom from compulsion and addiction. So, those are the 3 steps. Please contact me and let's discuss this further and schedule a Skype therapy session. Thank you.